Welcome back to Rivals in the Booth. I'm your host, Kyle Holton, joined by my co host and best friend, John Michael Roberts. This is Rivals in the Booth. John, got a lot to talk about this week.
Yes,
Talk
we
about
do.
Auburn, Texas A&M, talk about Alabama, Georgia, talk about FSU at Virginia, talk about Indiana and Iowa, Georgia Tech at Wake Forest, Notre Dame versus Arkansas, USC Junior, aka South Carolina, versus Kentucky, and Southern California versus Illinois, Mississippi State versus Tennessee, LSU versus Ole Miss and Penn State versus Oregon. But first, let's start this off with a little trivia. Question you got for me?
All right. So I get you're the Alabama fan here, but this stat was just so absurd. I had to ask you about. I had to use it as my question. So this one's about Auburn today.
Uh,
So Auburn has now, under the Hugh Freeze tenure, has started 0-2 in SEC play every single year. So that's 0-2 for the
yeah.
past 3 years. When's the
Mm-hmm.
last time that's happened for Auburn University?
For Auburn, the 2 years before he got there with Brian Harsin.
Nope.
Before that, dang. I don't think it would have been Gene Chiswick.
Nope.
No, Gene Chiswick's last year. No,
Nope.
okay.
Well, this is like the
1963.
Or like this is the 3-year gap of his like tenure, not just one individual year.
Yeah. So it's a 3-year period.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
was just making sure you
No,
like.
it can't be 1960. Okay, 1992 to 1995.
Nope.
Am I close?
It's actually a trick question.
Yeah, it hasn't happened before. It's the first time in Auburn
This has
history.
never happened before in Auburn University history.
Dude, he's the answer. Just give him time.
He's he's setting records for Auburn. Just the ones you
Yeah,
don't want.
and
So
that's
that's my
crazy.
question. That was my
Okay,
question.
mine for you. I was going to do a similar one. When was the last time Auburn had a winning season? Because I was trying to give you an air ball or a layup, but I'll do this. When's the last time Alabama had a losing season?
2006. Because
I'll
isn't
look
that
it
the year
up
before
now.
Saban?
Yeah, but I think we went 6-6, so technically
Uh, yeah, sorry. I
no.
came up with mine like super last minute, so I didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, mine is super last minute too.
I'm just gonna if that's
Seven
wrong,
and six in 2007, so no.
is
2006.
has it happened in the 21st century though?
I'm sure it has.
Okay, I'm just gonna start ripping
Hang
years before Saban, I guess. Tell me when
on, give me just a sec so I can pull these up real quick.
you're
I'm
good.
gonna scroll back all the way down, but okay, 2006. Oh yeah, no, you were right. It would have been 2006.
Bang!
What? No, it wasn't because we went to a bowl game, so it couldn't have been.
Yeah, I said 6-6.
Yeah. I want to give me. It's just give me conference play. Let me keep scrolling and see if that'll work. So it wasn't 2006. Wasn't 2007.
Am I in the right time frame though? Like, is it just early 2000s?
Yes, it is in the early 2000s.
Okay. I don't want to be lame and just do like 05, 04, 03.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna hop around. Let's go 2000. I remember the commentator saying this during the Florida State game. The last time y'all lost a season opener was 01. So give me 2001.
That is incorrect.
Um,
You're close, but that
so
is
it's,
incorrect.
so it's either 2000 or 02 is my guess. So 02.
You're wrong on both of those. It is 2003. Alabama went 4-9, 2-5 at home, 1-4 away.
Wait,
Start out the
4
year in
and
South
9?
Florida. Yeah, 4-9.
That's 13 games though.
I know. Somehow we ended up playing Hawaii
Oh yeah,
in
you
the
get an
Hawaii
extra
Bowl
in a
or
bowl.
something.
Okay, Bama bias at its all time high,
Well,
making a
maybe
bowl
it's
game with
not
4
because we
wins.
played them in Hawaii. So
Oh
I
yeah, they
guess it
count that
would
as
have
an
been.
extra game. I forgot about that Hawaii rule.
Yeah, so Alabama went 4-9, lost to Hawaii 37-29, actually. Yeah, last time
All
Alabama
right,
went.
I need that Alabama back.
Yeah, I know. It's not coming back anytime soon, pal.
I know. I can
All
dream.
right, dude, let's talk about it. Alabama goes on the road, loses to FSU first week of the season, and then
Yep.
FSU go on the road Friday night, loses to Virginia in overtime. Crazy play there. What are
I
your
don't know.
thoughts?
Man, that play to
Yeah,
forced overtime was just a heck of a catch, first of all.
yeah, that was what I'm saying.
Dude, why am I blanking on like the entire overtime period though?
Too. I know that Virginia scored, and then to get fourth down, Squirrel White dives for the ball, misses it, and then he gets absolutely mauled.
Wait,
Yeah,
who
other than
does?
that, I'm
Morris?
no Squirrel White.
Squirrel. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I still haven't heard anything about Squirrel Wright. Is he
yeah. I
alive?
don't. Is he alive?
Like,
I guess we'll find out.
this is why you need like some weight before you rush the field. But that was a
Yeah, SEC just does it better. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we do everything the best.
Could you have imagined if an SEC school with no rails would have rushed the field?
Like genuinely, I feel like a player would get or like ref or
Oh
coach
yeah,
or
somebody
like
would
would just get
die.
like yeah.
Somebody would die.
Yeah.
Somebody would die. But yeah, if FSU loses, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Napier's time's going to catch up with him. I don't think he's that great of a coach. I feel like that FSU team was motivated week one, understandably. I don't think Tommy Castellanos is that great of a quarterback. Looks great in a Gus Malzahn offense, but when you find a team that can stop you on the run, which is what Virginia could do, you slow down a lot. Their defense couldn't really get a stop against that Virginia offense. Yeah, I think Virginia is a team to watch for in the ACC. So Clemson so downright ugly, and now FSU losing to them, like they could be a team to watch out for in the ACC. Now FSU is going to get a chance to kind of rewrite that win this week against Miami, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, yeah, we'll end on that one. But let's move on to Big Ten play. We'll talk about Indiana and Iowa.
Indiana, Iowa. Let me pull that one back up.
Yeah, I'll just start off by saying Indiana. I expected them to score a lot more points. They didn't. You know, the close game, which Iowa is known for their defense every year. But yeah, 20-15 in the final out there. Iowa ends up 3-2. Indiana's still 5-0, but Fernando Mendoza makes things happen. But that final play is insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Indiana just keeps winning. But we'll see. This week is their bye week, but next week they go and they'll end up, or they won't go. Oregon comes to them, plays them at home. So we'll really see what they're made of there, I think. And we'll talk about Oregon a little later and what they did this week. But yeah, what are your thoughts?
I mean, you pretty much said anything I had to say. Like Iowa's defense showed out, only held that high-powered offense to 20 points, but that's still not enough for them to get the job done because Iowa's offense is just as bad as Auburn's, which isn't something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And they
Well,
just, I don't got anything. Hank Brown got playtime though, 5 for 13, 48 yards. That's Hank Brown for you.
what play for?
Plays
Iowa?
for
Oh
Iowa.
yeah, he did transfer to Iowa. I
Yeah, he
forget about
transferred from
that.
Auburn to Iowa.
That's right.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
I
was
remember
thinking
when people
about
thought he was the
Walker
truth,
White.
and yeah,
Well, once
yeah.
again, may not have been his fault, but we'll talk about that a little later. All right, let's move back to the ACC. We had an ACC matchup. Georgia Tech going into Wake Forest. Somehow they get the win. I mean, they were down 17-3 at one point. Storm all the way back and then get the win in overtime. I think that shows a resilient Brent Key football team. And I think like still high on that Clemson win. I would still be on the lookout for Georgia Tech to see what they do, especially in the AC, like I said earlier, which can be a week. So I would just be on the lookout for Georgia Tech. I think they're still a dangerous team. I think you can't write them out just yet. Yeah, it's a close game, but I think it shows resiliency in who Haynes King is and who this Brent Key football team is and getting the win. So yeah, thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. Like Wake Forest just folded and gave them the game. But what I can respect about what Wake Forest was doing in overtime is they went for the kill. Like they didn't want
Go
to
for
play
two,
this
like
long.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't want to go. They didn't want to play this long overtime game and just tire out their team. even though just go to trading 2-point conversions. But I respect what they did trying to end it after one. And I mean, it's just not the result you want with Ashford throwing that interception at the very end.
100%.
But I mean,
Yeah.
he was banged up that entire second half. I remember him going down with that injury and just not being able to really do anything after that. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
Robbie Ashford too, so that's another former Auburn quarterback who
But
left
we'll
and looks good.
stay. Well, he was there too, but we'll stay in the Big Ten here. Well, let's go ahead and talk about, before we move on to the SEC, we'll go ahead and talk about USC versus Illinois. Illinois getting the win against USC, kind of bouncing back from that horrible loss against Indiana. It's a good football win. I think USC, is Lincoln Riley ever going to get them together? He is what now? I saw a stat. He has single digit wins against ranked opponents at USC, which is just incomprehensible,
Pathetic.
I think. Yeah, it's really pathetic. I mean, because that's not what they're hiring, right?
No.
So, yeah, I think Illinois looked really good. This game, obviously close, but I don't know. Watching the game, I really felt like Illinois was always kind of in control, almost.
Yep.
So, yeah, thoughts there.
I mean, you're right. I thought USC's offense could be enough to get it done, like I was saying last week, but clearly that wasn't the case because you're right. They were never really in control of this game. Like, they were down double digits going into the fourth quarter, I believe.
Yeah,
And then they managed to come back and get a 1-point lead, but that didn't last long because it was in the last 2 minutes of the game, and Illinois just goes 50 yards downfield and hits the walk-off game winner. So, I mean,
yeah,
where does USC go with Lincoln Riley? Because
yeah. I mean, you can't
there's not
fire the
much.
guy.
You can't fire the guy, but like, there's not much evolution from here. Like, this is who he is, and it's not going to be any better.
Yeah, he's definitely reached his ceiling, I think. I mean, there's a guy a couple years ago, people were saying, oh, he's going to go to the NFL soon. He's going to be the next like youngest NFL head coach. And, leaves Oklahoma, takes the USC job, and it's just not panned out well for him. So, yeah, we'll see what ends up happening there. I wouldn't be surprised if a SEC school comes calling, but
Well, I
not a
mean,
little
he went
later.
to USC to avoid the SEC. I feel like so. I don't
That's
know if he
also
pick up
true.
that phone.
That's fair. That is fair. Speaking of you picking them, John,
Yeah.
4 out of 5 last week on picks. You
Oh,
one
ice
out of 5.
cold. Yeah, ice
Ice
cold.
cold.
That was not my best week.
Look, even the game that I picked wrong, I picked the right score. I just picked it oppositely. The
Yeah.
only game that I got wrong last week was UGA versus Bama. I picked UGA to win 24-21. I'm going to be honest with you all. That was superstition. I am very scared to pick Alabama confidently again this year after doing so against Florida State. But yeah, we'll get into that a little later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt really good. My takes were pretty good this week.
Mine were
But
horrible.
a game we didn't talk about. It was a really good game that I think the world. And look, we have these production meetings, and sometimes we miss some things. That's on us. We're just amateurs out here. But Tennessee taking on the road, going up against Mississippi State, who had some of the chef's kiss best jerseys of the week this week. Best jerseys of the year, I would say. The whiteout with the throwback helmet. Oh, it looks so good. Hey, overtime loss to Tennessee, but looks so good. Mississippi State may not be this year, but in a couple years, I've been on the Jeff Levy train. Watch out for them. They could be a really good football team coming up. As long as he can keep recruiting, as long as he can keep getting his offense, they're going to be really, really good. I'm not going to say they'll be at the Tennessee, but Jeff Levy is a guy that reminds me a lot of. Wow, I just blanked on his name. I see his face, and I just blanked on his name. What's Tennessee's head coach's name?
Josh Heupel.
Josh Heupel. Thank you. Jeff Levy reminds me a lot of Josh Heupel in a lot of ways. Was a Big 12 coordinator before coming over and getting the job, both at Oklahoma, by the way, before getting the job in the SEC. I think has looked really, really good as a head coach this year. Look, that loss is not something you hang your head on. I mean, it's a ranked team, a really good Tennessee team at that. You take them to overtime. Everybody was expecting Tennessee to bounce back after that Georgia loss and just smoke Mississippi State. Mississippi State hangs with them and looks really, really good. I mean, Mississippi State didn't just throw the ball very well. Every time I tuned in on that game or was watching that game, it felt like Mississippi State was just running the ball down Tennessee's throat. Man, Mississippi State is a team to watch out for. And once again, Jeff Levy, I'm sorry. That's on me for not putting that in the game in the podcast last week. No disrespect to you, sir.
I mean, I just want to apologize to Mississippi State entirely. I was not on the Jeff Levy hype train at all, and they're waking me up because they're playing some great football. Because, like you said, they were running it all over Tennessee. 200 total rushing yards and 3 scores. Like, that's how you win in the SEC. And I
Yeah.
think how young's their running back core? Like, their leading rusher was Fluff Bothwell, sophomore. Like,
Yeah, I
so
mean, it really good chance that they could come back next year.
yeah,
I mean, how old Chapin? Chapin is
uh,
the leader of this offense.
he's a senior.
Chapin's a senior. Uh, Luke Kromenhoek, who came over from
Florida State.
FSU, yeah, Florida State, could also be a good guy next year. He's just a sophomore. I could see him really running that offense next year. But yeah, I think it's a young team. It's a hungry team. And Jeff Levy looked really, really good as a head coach. And
I'm impressed.
I've been on that hype train. So yeah, just looked really, really good. Tennessee, on the other hand, also looked good. I want to give all the credit in the world. Their defense getting the stop when they needed it. Hey, Joey Aguilar is human, okay? Only averaged about 8 yards per throw and threw 2 interceptions that game. So, hey, he's looking human, which is good for me, to be honest with you. But,
Bell
yeah.
hyping up a Tennessee game. Are you okay?
No, I'm not hyping him up. I'm saying that Joey Aguilar is a human and he's not alien. Because, I mean, for the game last week or 2 weeks ago against Georgia, and then the weeks before that, he looked insane. So, kind of going down. That's going to be good for Alabama when they come in the third Saturday in October here in Tuscaloosa. But, yeah, Mississippi State, dangerous team. Got to look out for them. I'm not excited to play them next year as our third rival. But, yeah, man. Okay. Keeping the SEC, we'll go ahead and talk about USC Junior, South Carolina. South Carolina getting the big win over Kentucky. Definitely need that redemption win. I mean, lost to Vanderbilt and Mizzou back-to-back weeks. Coming out here and getting a win. Man, it felt like they couldn't really do anything offensively, though. 163 yards passing, 178 yards rushing, no passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. Their defense doing a lot, but their offense still just not kind of finding a rhythm there. It feels like they're not playing together, as Shane Beamer said. So, yeah, I don't know. Kentucky, man, I made a terrible choice by saying they were going to go 8-4. You texted me about this week. You were like, you're the one that said they'd go 8-4. I was wrong. I will say, it feels like every time Mark Stoops has a down year, he's always kicking back up and has like an 8-4, 9-3 year. Expect them to do that this year. Did not. And Kentucky may be the second worst team in the SEC by the end of the year. But yeah, I don't know if there's much else to talk about, but you can add anything you want to.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right about USC not getting a junior. USC junior, the real USC's in California. Not getting a ton of yards, but it's just because they were dominant in the turnover game. Winning,
100%. Yeah.
Like they forced 4 Kentucky turnovers. I'm looking at it right now. It's just like short touchdown drive, short touchdown drive, short touchdown drive. Like 3 of their touchdown drives were all out of their 5 were all on. They started with the ball on Kentucky side of the field, so Kentucky just has to do a better job of
turning the ball over.
Turnover battle, and they just aren't.
I don't know. They had those short condensed drives, but on those long, like when they did get the ball in enemy territory, it just felt like they couldn't really drive the ball down the field.
Yeah,
which is okay. Like that could just mean Kentucky's defense is good, but I don't know. It just seemed like South Carolina fell flat when they didn't need to at certain points of the game. But
yeah.
All right, keeping it in the SEC, we'll go to an SEC independent matchup. Notre Dame. Hey, they needed this win, coming out and blowing out Arkansas. Sam Pittman getting fired. Man, that sucks for him. I was a big believer in Sam Pittman. I thought he was going to turn around Arkansas. I remember 2 years ago, my freshman year in Alabama, Sam Pittman comes in and almost beats Alabama. And then last year they hired Bobby Petrino offensively, and it just kind of stalled out from there. And now Bobby Petrino, the interim head coach. But this is the first time we were ever seeing 3 Power 4 head coaches get fired before halfway through the season. Like, this is insane. I think it's the NIL, right? It's the free agency almost with the transfer portal. It is almost like we're seeing a NFL and amateur NFL in college football right now, especially with head coaches getting fired the way they have this year.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's due to like how quickly some other programs have been able to turn around with the NIL. It's like all the donors and like the higher ups are saying like, why can't that be us? Because I mean, we've seen Arkansas with their basketball program. Like, they're not afraid to spend big because they got that Walmart and Tyson money, and so they're like, why not try to get us back to where we were in the early 2000s, competing in the SEC West? Like, this isn't. I think their thought process is this isn't what they want the program to be, and I can't blame them for being after going 2-3 and embarrassing home blowout loss.
Taylor Green still played pretty good from what I saw. I mean, he had a 207 yards, 17 for 32. Didn't have an interception, no touchdowns, but I still think he played pretty well. Running the ball wise, they look pretty good. I mean, I don't know. Defensively, looked awful. 431 passing yards against them, 210 rushing yards against them.
That's disgusting.
Not a great game defensively. Yeah. But Notre Dame needed this win. I think Marcus Freeman motivated his guys, and they did a good job of getting the win there. So, not much else we can say about that. I agree with you. They just want to see this whole program turn around. Can't disagree.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to we'll move on to LSU versus Ole Miss. Look, everybody was hating on Ole Miss. I mean, LSU, the number 4 team in the country, undefeated, already beat Clemson. It's like Nussmeier's going to step up in this game. This is where the offense takes off. It's going to be against a bad LSU team. I thought defensively we were going to see LSU not do great. I thought defensively we were going to see Ole Miss do great. This was a defensive showcase. They go with the under. Ole Miss able to get it done. Trinidad Chambliss once again going off. Ole Miss is a team to be on the lookout for. Ole Miss can be a dangerous team defensively, offensively. LSU, Brian Kelly sucks as a head coach. Can't say it enough. He will not succeed in the SEC. And he shows that again here. Can't take criticism still. So,
yeah. I just want to point this out because I was thinking about this when we were talking about Arkansas. The now former SEC West has like arguably 3 of the worst like human beings as head coaches. We got Bobby Petrino. I don't know if you remember that whole situation. We got Hugh Freeze, which everyone knows what he was up to.
He gave his life to God, okay? And he went and coached at Liberty. He's a changed man forever.
Yeah, but like he still has that past. So I mean, I'm not going to forget it, right? 100%. And then we have our favorite coach of all time, Brian Kelly.
You know, so many people still don't know about that he killed a student at Notre Dame. How has that got swept under the rug so much? I don't understand. Brian Kelly's a terrible human being and an even worse head coach.
Yep, and that's saying something.
And I'll just never be able to get behind that. I'm hoping LSU gets somebody that makes them good again. Look, Brian Kelly looks like a worse Les Miles at LSU right now.
Yeah. I'm looking at the rushing stats, and it's honestly disgusting. Like, this hurts to look at. 21 carries, 60 yards, 2.8 yards a carry. Longest gain was 10.
You can't win the SEC at that.
Yeah, shout out to that Ole Miss defense, because you're right, you can't win the SEC like that. That's genuinely disgusting to look at.
That's horrible. All right, well, let's move on. Let's talk about where the game day was at this week. We'll talk about Penn State versus Oregon. What a game. Probably the best game of the week. One of the best games of the year so far. Man, I really enjoyed watching that game. It was back and forth. I think Oregon did a great job. I mean, they didn't really stab themselves in the foot with penalties, with false starts, stuff like that. It felt like they were talking very good. Dan Lanning said that at the end of the game. They were communicating very well. That didn't seem like an issue with the Penn State wideout. And Oregon just able to get it done. I think, look, you can say what you want to about James Franklin and say what you want to about the record. This was one of their best played games against a top 5 opponent. And honestly, like we'll see what they do against Ohio State, but this was a really good game for both teams. And I think Dan Lanning and Dante Moore just able to get it done. Dante Moore, MVP of the week. What a game. What a game. But yeah,
Speaking
what are your
speaking of
thoughts?
him, is it crazy to say Dante Moore Heisman favorite right now?
I would only say no because of Fernando Mendoza. And Fernando Mendoza is going to have those stats because they put up
Yeah,
73 against Illinois. But
that's fair. But right now, Dante Moore, 1,200 yards
yeah,
passing, 14 passing touchdowns to only one interception.
well, there is one guy I would like
Yeah, we'll
to
get to that. I know.
say.
I know I know where that's going. We'll get to it. We'll get to it, man.
All right. Well,
Why am I
moving
getting
on, we'll go ahead and
flagged?
talk about. We'll go ahead and keep it. We need to keep this PG. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give the. I'm gonna go ahead and give the talk now. We have to keep this PG. It's a
Okay,
family friendly show.
I'll try. I'll try. I know
Auburn
where this is going.
on the
Oh,
road at
oh
Kyle
no.
Field. 16-10 loss. Auburn -3 yards in the fourth quarter. Offensively,
We
can't get
got two.
anything done. Defensively, 2 yards in the fourth quarter. You're right. Good call.
That's
At one
so
point, you had
pathetic.
-3 yards.
Yep.
Auburn's just not able to get it done. Hugh Freeze falls to 0-2 in conference play this year. It's 0-6 to begin. Well, 0-2 the last 3 years to begin, like we talked about in the trivia. Go ahead, but keep it PG.
I've been a fan of Auburn football for 21 years of my life. For all 21 years. I don't think I've ever actually hated watching this team. But Hugh Freeze has done the impossible because not only is this the worst stretch in modern Auburn football history, he's making me actively hate this team. And I'm just waiting. He's like how Brian Kelly is. I don't think he takes accountability at all. He finally has his guys in. He was hyping the team up all offseason. He's like, because like his first 2 years here, he was talking about how like this is just a young team. We have to like wait for them to develop or whatever. But this offseason, like it switched. He's like, we may be thinking about playoffs. The only playoffs we're going to be looking at are from the couch or tickets if you buy them for the team, because this is the biggest disgrace to the SEC I've seen from us, and that's saying something because we have gone 3-12 in the past 15 years, and oh, like I just don't understand how you have Cam Coleman, you have Eric Singleton, you have, in my opinion, one of the best run games in the conference, and you do nothing with it. This is the most undisciplined offensive line I've ever seen. I've lost count of how many false starts. I haven't lost count of how many sacks they've given up, though, in the SEC play. In 2 games, it's 17. In 2 games. And then on top of that, there's the third down conversions. 3 for 28 in 2 games. 0 for 11 against A&M. The offense is a mess. Looking forward to the bye week. Just fire the entire staff at this point. They're not doing anything. Especially fire the offensive line coach. I should have known this team wasn't serious about winning when he said that bull crap in the going into the Baylor game about having a different play caller on first, second, and third down. Like, are we serious? Are we freaking serious, Hugh? This program will forever be a joke until we fire him. And even then, it's still probably going to be a joke because it just this disgrace of the past 5 years.
Yeah, I'm just
But
going to go through the stats here. Jackson
okay.
Arnold, 18 for 33, 35 QBR, no touchdowns, 3.8 average of a pass attempt,
And like
24 rushes, 24 carries for 52 yards. Jeremiah Cobb has basically 5 yards per carry. You give it to him 6 times.
yeah.
Jackson Arnold runs the ball 15 times, gets 11 yards. Damari Alston runs the ball twice, gets 10 yards. You don't give him the ball back.
No. No. And then so
Then
7
you
of
go
those
down to your
15
receivers.
carries are
Yeah,
sacks. So
that's
like it
true.
does deflated some, but that's still pathetic. Like our entire freaking playbook is screen to one of our receivers that gets 2 yards, run it straight up the middle. Give it to Arnold on a QB draw. Overthrow Cam Coleman.
You
That's just
didn't
been
you
our
didn't run the ball. You didn't run the ball up the middle that much. I
yeah,
mean,
because we gave it to our running backs 8 times.
yeah, you gave it to Eric Singleton once too. You got 3 yards.
Hey,
But
and like Jackson Arnold plays like he's like a deer in headlights. Like he's so afraid to get rid of the football. But hey, he's not Peyton Thorne. He doesn't throw interceptions. He just takes sacks every freaking play.
yeah, Eric Singleton, most yards this game, 56 yards on 5 receptions. Cam Coleman, 4 catches for 18 yards.
Like, I'm gonna still support them when they willingly leave because there's nothing I can do to defend this. All I gotta say is good luck wherever you go because you truly deserve better Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton. Like, this is genuinely pathetic.
Roll Tide. That's all I'm going to say.
Uh,
Texas A&M, on the other hand, Marcel
defensive-
Reed, man, I thought he was going to do so much better against y'all. I really thought he was going to go insane.
me too.
15 for 22, 9.4 average, 270 yards. They ran the ball very well, too. 207 rushing yards. Yeah, defensively, y'all played really good. KC Concepcion, 113 yards.
He was destroying our secondary the entire game. I also just
Yeah.
want to say this: like, this should have been a much bigger blowout than what the score indicates.
100%, I agree.
Because Marcel Reed, like, I'm sorry, man, but his deep ball is just not it. If he if his deep ball was better, he throws like 2 or 3 more touchdowns. But I do want to shout out Xavier Atkins. I thought Eric Singleton would have been our best transfer, but I think it's very clearly him on the defensive side of the ball. He's just been a dog these last 2 games and had that 74-yard pick to set up our only touchdown. So shout out Xavier Atkins.
Well, I'm going to talk about much better quarterback play.
Yeah,
on
please
both
transition.
sides.
Before I keep ranting, I hate this team.
I'm going to bring up Tide.
Yeah.
And University of Alabama Tide. Alabama, 117 yards on 38 attempts. I think we ran the ball pretty well towards the end of the game. We didn't shy away from it, which I loved. Passing wise, 280 yards. Ty Simpson was 25 for 39. 2 touchdowns. 397 yards all total. The real kicker for me this game was 13 of 19 on third down conversions. Georgia could not stop us on third down. And Ty Simpson looked so good. Second half, obviously they shut us out. They scored a touchdown, but man, Ty Simpson's 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. How is he not in the Heisman conversation? I understand we had the loss to FSU. Even then, he didn't look that bad.
No, I agree.
If Alabama continues to win, Ty Simpson needs to be in that Heisman conversation. But man, what a win. Alabama comes out, and man, I really thought that Georgia was going to beat us. I knew that Kirby Smart hasn't really done great against Alabama. I knew we had a chance, but I did not know that we were going to come out. And really, I felt like we had control of this game the whole time. There's only one time when I got really nervous. I mean, that was towards the end of the game when we went down the end zone, in the red, like they might play. They would need the fourth down. Defensively, dude, they could run the ball on us pretty well. But pass-wise, like we gave up 1 or 2 big plays, but it looked like that was more of the play call, not the players themselves.
Yeah.
We were tackling well. Like I feel like we were getting pressure. Dude, our offensive line, they had 1 hurry on us. A Georgia defense had 1 hurry on an Alabama offense all game, no sacks.
Do you have any idea how freaking jealous I am of that?
Hey, just say you see the light. You can come on over. I won't blame you.
I'd rather be depressed than Auburn.
All right. But
I
don't know.
Heck of a
I
win
can't
by
speak
all.
enough on how much this team has stepped up and has started to show their true colors. They're not playing soft anymore, not playing complacent. I mean, everybody's hating on Kane Womack. We gave up 21 points to Georgia, who scored 30-something or 40-something against Tennessee 2 weeks ago. At home. Right? Like I can't be mad at Kane Womack. I can't be mad at our defense. Defense played great. Offensively, I can't be mad there either. Ryan Williams had one drop, came back, got two hard catches. Obviously, our offense has to do better in the second half, but I think that's once again just a Kirby Smart defense. Um, yeah, I'll move on and go ahead and talk about this week playing Vanderbilt. I'll let you talk about the bye week in a second, but
Okay.
we play Vanderbilt this week. We have got to stop the run. I felt like if Georgia got it out in the open, they were going to run for days on us. Luckily, we just had good form tackling towards the, in the secondary. Um, but we've got to stop the run. We've got to stop Diego Pavia. 5-0 coming in. That's where college game day is going to be. So, yeah, just feel really confident going into this game. Obviously, I felt confident last year when they beat us. But, yeah. Diego Pavia has 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So, they are passing the ball a lot more this year, it feels like, because I think they know everybody's going to be trying to stop the run. So we just have to be sound defensively, and we just have to stop the run up the middle. We got to control the line of scrimmage, I think. But yeah, I feel pretty good about this game. And just hope we can win. Hope we can just continue to improve. It seems like the guys today, I just watched the press conference today. It seems like coaches and stuff aren't even celebrating this Georgia win anymore. They're more worried about Vanderbilt, which is incredible. I need them to continue to get focused and be focused. You got any thoughts on last week at Georgia and this week against Virginia or Vanderbilt? Wow.
I mean, they're both V's, so but my only thing is like, y'all gotta step up on the run defense. 220 yards on the ground.
Yeah, but like when we needed to get
I'm
stops,
also
we
like,
did 100%.
yeah, that's
Like,
fair. I'm also just,
yeah,
I didn't watch the game. I was stat line
I
watching.
agree. No, that's one of the things I just said was we have to step up on them.
Yeah.
So I agree.
But I don't really have much to add here. But I think Alabama should take care of this game, and I'm picking Alabama if this counts towards our pick'ems.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and count this one towards our pick'ems. All right.
All right.
Picking Bama. I'll go ahead and give you the 3 keys that Alabama needs to win this game. I think, first of all, we got to stop the run.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Got to play better run defense. Second of all, offensively, I'll go ahead and say we have to keep playing disciplined and have a good offensive line. I think Vanderbilt has given up a lot of points this year, so I think that they're a team that we can get points and score on. I mean, yeah, they held South Carolina to 7, but then they let Utah State and Georgia State score triple digits and Virginia Tech score triple digits. South Carolina was without Lenore Sellers, so yeah. But I think we've obviously got to stop the run. Got to keep having a good offensive line. And lastly, I just want to say this: we have to keep pressure on Diego Pavia. Looking at this, he's taken 3 sacks all year, and we've just got to get to him and get to the quarterback quickly. So yeah, 2:30 kickoff. Game day is going to be here, but that's my 3 keys. I think Alabama wins this one. Going to be a tight one. I'm going to say 38-24. Alabama.
You have a more high scoring than me. I was gonna say 17-28 Bama.
Okay.
So you can mark that down for my prediction.
All right, let's on to talk about Auburn. Their bye week. Who do you got?
Well,
Auburn or bye week?
all right, this is the bye week. Actually, I was about to make that joke. Yeah, give me the bye week in the upset. But holy crap. Auburn just needs to look themselves in the face and be like,
Yeah.
what we're doing is not working. Like defensively, my only like big complaint is we've given up like an okay amount of explosive plays. If we can tone that down, I truly think we can be one of the elite defenses. Because like Texas A&M, pretty much first drive of the game, we're ripping off like 40+ yard plays. Like we just can't allow that. But I mean, our primary focus has to be on offense and just everything. Like get rid of the current play call system with the 3 coordinators. We need to scheme up like some quick plays that are more than just receiver screens. So like, cause that's still one of Arnold's big issues, is just holding on to the ball way too long, which is leading to those 17 sacks. And then fundamentally, we have to make our offensive line more disciplined, because we can't have this like.
And this was supposed to be one of the best offensive lines in the country this year. Everybody
Yeah,
on offensive line is
yeah.
a junior or a senior.
Yeah, I was told this is one of the best lines we've had in years. This is going to be one of the best lines in the SEC. Where is that? Y'all freaking lied.
Yeah, this feels really weird, but I think like
Auburn football.
My question is going to be, when does the Hugh Freeze get hot enough to light a fire under him? John, we had this conversation last year. Was it Peyton Thorne or was it Hugh Freeze? We're having the conversation again. Is it Jackson Arnold or Hugh Freeze? Obviously, Jackson Arnold didn't play his best football last year, but he didn't have any offensive weapons. This year, he has weapons. He's still play bad, has not played his best. He's getting pressure in his face every single play. Is it Hugh Freeze? Is it the play call? Or is it Jackson Arnold? And when is Hugh Freeze going to step up and learn that it's him? I mean, every time in his press conference, he's saying the same thing. He's saying the exact same thing. Well, the offensive line's got to block better. Well, we got to call better play calls. Well, the play calls on me.
He going to take accountability.
Facts.
Like Hugh Freeze and Brian Kelly need to do the same thing. I don't know if they need like a therapist or something for them to realize this, but like, look in the mirror, realize you're the problem, because you're right. We've had, like, you were talking about, was it Peyton Thorne or Hugh Freeze, or was it Jackson Arnold or Hugh Freeze? There's only one common denominator there, and it's Danny Hugh Freeze Jr. So please look in
and mid quarterbacks that you get in the portal. But
yeah,
yes, I agree.
I was told he was his QB guru, but he's 0 for 2 on quarterbacks and hasn't been able to develop one either. That's sorry. I'm just keep adding to the trend because more stuff.
And Deuce Knight, when Deuce Knight gets in the game, hasn't looked that great either.
Yeah, I think this is the Auburn curse at this point, because when's the last time we've like recruited and developed a quarterback?
Jared Stidham.
He was a transfer.
I don't know. Cam Newton. I mean, even then he's a transfer.
He was a transfer.
Yeah.
My point.
Well, Nick Marshall. You could get the Nick Marshall. You could say that. I mean, brought you back to yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was a corner that we put at quarterback, and it somehow worked out.
Because he just ran the ball the whole time in a Gus Malzahn offense. Yeah, 100%. It worked out.
That dude still had a rocket for an arm. He just had no accuracy.
Fair.
Anyways,
right. Auburn's three things they need to win. Hugh Freeze need to look himself in the face. Offensively, you got to figure out your identity. Are you going to run, or are you going to pass to your great receivers? And are you going to be
run the freaking football?
But even then, like, you can say that they need to run the football, but it feels like every time Jackson Arnold takes a step back in the pocket, it's a deep pass play. You're not having any short pass play. You have one of the quickest receivers in the country to Eric Singleton. You have Cam Coleman. You have Malcolm Simmons,
who's also a burner.
Cam Coleman can get open and get off guys quickly. He gets overthrown. Malcolm Simmons, an elite route runner. That's why he was recruited so highly. He's an elite route runner. Why are you running deep passes every other play? I don't understand. And then you run these stupid screen passes. Why am I fighting for Auburn right now? I love to see this.
It's so bad.
As a football fan,
bad. I've seen you, along with other Alabama fans, be like, what the heck is Auburn doing? They deserve better than this. And that's bad. I've seen Alabama fans like feel sorry for us. And that's...
As a college football fan and football lover, I don't understand this scheme you run. It's not a spread scheme. Practice. It's not a multiple offensive scheme. It's not a run and shoot scheme. I've never seen this type. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I've just never ever seen this before. So,
like, I don't understand how you have this much talent and it just looks dysfunctional and unorganized. I guess that's what you get, Hugh, when you freaking have 3 different people calling plays on 3 different downs.
All right. Enough about Alabama and Auburn.
Yes,
Alabama's 3 keys to success: block better, run defense, pressure on the quarterback, continued. All right. Let's move on. We're going to quick fire these and we'll get to the end of this episode. Let's start off Boise State, Notre Dame. I think this is going to be a fun matchup. I feel like Boise State can do something here, can be a little dangerous going in at Notre Dame and can get a win. But I don't think they do. I think Notre Dame handles business here. I'll say 35-14 Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame takes care of business too. Boise State may be able to make some noise, but not nearly enough to beat them in Notre Dame. So give me Notre Dame 38, Boise State 17.
Wow, we have the same score, different font.
Yeah,
Literally a field goal.
yeah, because I was
Okay.
thinking about a similar score, but I didn't want to say the exact same score. So
So next we got another fun matchup. It'll be Minnesota taking on Ohio State. I think Minnesota has a chance to be dangerous this year. I knew that was coming. I was going to play it if you didn't. What is Minnesota? Minnesota's undefeated this year.
oh my God, are they actually? I was not familiar with their game, Mr. PJ Fleck. He's your coach.
They may
right?
not be.
No,
They
they
may
lost
not be
Cal.
undefeated. Okay, they lost to Cal, but I still think they could do something a little fun, a little funky here. But in Ohio State, in the Horseshoe at 6:30, yeah, give me Ohio State 45-3.
Oh,
I think this is Julian Sain's come out game. He's coming out of
yeah.
this game.
I mean, he is. I guess he is coming out of the class. He plays for Ohio State.
Hey, he was at Bama first.
Yeah, that's even worse. That's not helping your case.
He never
Give
played
me
a
Ohio
snap though.
State 56-7. Because I'm just like, I
Hey,
don't think it's gonna be close.
yeah. The next one that could be really fun. Wisconsin, who really shut our running game down. I think they have a pretty good defensive line. They take on Michigan, who's a run heavy team.
Oh,
Michigan has looked not like a full team all year until now with their interim head coach or whatever he is, former head coach. Uh, uh, but you know what? Give me Wisconsin to win this game 21-20.
so my thoughts on this, it's like Michigan is like the unstoppable force. Wisconsin's run D is gonna be like the immovable object. It's probably gonna be low scoring. I trust Michigan at the big house though. 13-10 Michigan.
And you think it's really going to be that low scoring. All right.
Yes.
Moving on, we'll move on to the ACC. We'll go ahead and go with Louisville at Virginia.
Oh, this
I
has
like
been
this game.
interesting.
Virginia coming off a big win against FSU. Louisville coming on a win against Pittsburgh at home. Dude, did you see the play where the ball boy got the ball snatched
Yeah,
by
didn't he like
Pittsburgh
get
players
it
and
back?
threw it in the posted, got it back, and Louisville got the dub. I kind of, you know
Oh,
what? I
that's
think
tough.
Virginia is going to be riding this high. Give me Louisville 31-21.
Uh, I agree with you. I think Virginia may be riding that high after that. In my opinion, I thought that was game of the week over Oregon, Penn State. And I think they catch him sleeping. Give me Louisville 28-24.
All right. And keeping it in the ACC, you said 28-24, by the way.
I did.
Okay. Keeping it in the ACC, we'll go ahead and move down to Miami at FSU. FSU losing to Virginia. They come back. They're playing in Doak Campbell, playing their rival Miami. Will they keep their, I think, a conference championship hopes alive and playoff contention championship or playoff contentions alive? Who do you got?
Give me the U to keep their winning ways alive. I think it'll be close because I mean Joe Campbell is still one of the hardest places to play in my opinion, and it's a rivalry game. But I think Miami can do enough to get their win on the road.
Final score.
28-30. Why am I doing the lower scroll first? 31-28 Miami.
Cool. I think what happens here is that Florida State shows us they're not the same Florida State. They come back, they get the win. I think just like you, it is going to be a super close game. I think this game is going to be super high scoring. Give me FSU 42-41. That chop's going to be rocking. Doak Campbell,
Ooh.
obviously, still a night game. I am very surprised that game day didn't go to FSU and chose Alabama versus Vandy instead. But yeah, I like FSU to win this one 42-41. Finally, we'll run through these two bigger games in the SEC. We'll go first to Texas at Florida. Arch Manning, what is he going to look like again against a really, really good defense? And can Florida bounce back? Can they show us a little bit of something? I think if there's a winnable top 10 game, this is the one. What do
Yeah,
you
I
got and
agree.
why?
I agree that this is a winnable top 10 game. I just don't have trust in Sunbelt Billy. So hook 'em. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game, not because it's great defense, because it's bad offense. 21-14 Longhorns.
You know what? I also agree that this is going to be a low scoring game. My final score is 17-14, but I'm going in the opposite direction. Give me the chop. I think
All
Billy
right.
Napier shows that he's going to be in the SEC one year and it's not going to be good for us. But he shows that he is resilient. This is a resilient team. I think Lightweight comes out, just does enough to go past Arch Manning, and Arch Manning Heisman hopes fall. I think there's going to be, I don't know what the over under is right now, but I think there may be around 7 turnovers this game.
I don't know what the over under for turnovers is, but I can tell you the over under for the game if you give me a second. 43.5.
Gosh, that's high. That's
I
really
know.
high. Okay, and last but not least, last game of the week, Texas A&M coming off a victory at home against Auburn, stays home. Mississippi State coming off a loss at home to Tennessee, can do something really crazy. They can go into Kyle Field and beat Texas A&M, and I like their odds too. I like Mississippi State. I think it's going to be a super high scoring game. I don't think it's going to be like Auburn. Actually, I think it'll be about mid range. Give me Mississippi State 28-24.
I gotta look at something before I say it. I'm like, because I want to say something that looks stupid. So Texas A&M right now is in the bottom half of the SEC for rushing yards allowed in games, and Mississippi State just ran the heck out of the football. So I'm rocking with Mississippi State too. I did not hear what you said your score prediction was. I'm going 24-21 State.
We had very close. I said 28-24. So 24-21 Mississippi State. Wow, I think you just hate the Aggies right now.
I do, but like I just want to run with Mississippi State. I hate Auburn more. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair. Fair. Well, this week you got to hear John Michael rant. You got to hear Kyle really excited, but also about Auburn football for some reason because of the way that this is going. Maybe it's just because I like to see you happy. Maybe it's because I'm a real best friend. Maybe that's what it is.
Stop.
Stop it. We'll see. Will Alabama beat Vanderbilt? And will Auburn beat the bye week? We will see.
No.
This has been Rivals in the Booth. I'm your host, Kyle Holton, signing off. Roll Tide. And that's John Michael.
Or Eagle.
Yeah, I don't know why you even say that anymore.
I don't either.